Okay, I guess that's me now. I'm Matthew. I go by he, him. I'm from Montreal, Quebec in materials engineering. And since you're all Quebec students, I can tell you I went to Marianopolis for CEGEP, and you can pass whatever judgment you want. On to the next slide. So one of the special things about my program amidst the others, there's a few co-op programs at McGill where we'll actually go and work in companies or do research for a few months. So I chose to go work at Seoul National University in Korea for 4 months last winter. It's actually a lot of fun. You get paid to do the work there, so it's not just an internship. It's really just a chance to learn, try new things, and figure out what you want to do within your field. I got to explore. I think I climbed the top 15 highest mountains in Korea while I was there, just because it's a lot of fun. I was personally working in a bioelectronics lab doing biomedical implants, mostly for the brain. We also did work on biodegradable stents. For the next slide. Yeah, at university, it's like any other bit of school. You've got to maintain a work-life balance. You got to figure out how much time you can afford to spend with your friends versus doing your homework. The big difference is your teachers won't really chase you until you do your homework or remind you when things are due. But besides that, it's not that different from CEGEP. Just stay on top of things. Occasionally, you'll stay for a late night. This picture is me leaving campus at 1 a.m. It happens. We try to avoid it, but it's just part of it. And you need to figure out what works for you. The next slide, please. So extracurriculars. I sort of missed out when I started McGill. I didn't do frosh or any of those events because I was busy with work. But instead, I joined the McGill University sailing team, which is where I met most of my friends. There's also one student department. I've recently joined my own department's council as the VP Finance. I'm the one who has to say no to all the decisions that people want to spend money on. There's tons and tons of clubs at McGill. Activities Night is a great way to find out which ones you're interested in. You can sign up for like 10 and then decide 2 days later that you only have time for 2. There's plenty of volunteering experiences, as you've probably heard from everyone else. I, oddly enough, do most of my volunteering as a bartender. I volunteer at our open air pub at the beginning of and the end of the semesters, at the Blues, which is the engineering bar, and at Wine and Cheeses. So it's also a great way to meet professors because they actually like to chat with you there. There's plenty of ways to waste time as a student. Currently, I'm doing 3D modeling and playing chess most of the time that I'm not in class. And Blues Pub or the other departmental pubs are fun places to interact, play foosball, and catch up at the end of the week. Some key points. Engineering, we try to be a fun program. No one wants to be super serious all the time. There may be some association, but as was brought up earlier, not all of us are into the same things. I could never imagine spending all my time in an engineering design team. I prefer to be outside. But generally, you can meet people with similar interests, which is very helpful. And depending on which engineering you go into, I know specifically for my program, but in general, I've heard great things about the opportunities to further learning or to go work after engineering. Co-op is fun, so are internships, just something that lets you get a change of scenery, try something new while you're still in university, and having fun. That's it for me. Just here to answer questions.